guys and girls, welcome to the edge of real and cyberspace. Welcome to the video blog for, I think it's the 9th today of April 2018. On my way to Brussels in the car, going for a meeting with a client and have some time to video blog a little bit. I wanted to talk to you today about a little bit of a project I'm working on, which is my little new geek den. As you know, we moved, new house, and we have an extra, big shed behind the house with an attic over it. That attic is absolutely perfect for a man cave. I don't do man caves. I don't like sports. I don't drink beer. And I have a very select taste in naked ladies, which I love to look at, hence being the one I'm married to. So I will not be opening up your typical man cave scenario where, you know, the basement looks like a bar for a husband who never gets to go out. So the man cave I have in mind is a little bit of a messy laboratory where I can tinker and fool around with all the technology that I want to play with, and where it doesn't really matter if things are chaotic, because since we moved, I've got a bigger office, which is for our company, and having an experimental setup with God knows what installed and God knows how many cables lying around and stuff is not really a thing that you want when you have clients. So I wanted to have a place where I could have messy stuff and put my geeky Transformer collectibles up there and stuff like that. So I've started working on that this weekend. I had an old front for one of our big closets lying around, which was an excess, so I dragged that up there, put two kind of blocks under it, and I made that into a giant table, and dragged all the old computers that I still have up there so I can use them to experiment on, which is fun to do. Turns out that the acoustics in this place are actually quite good because everything's wood. And it has this really warm feel, and I found an old rug which I put in there, and I'm really looking forward to diving in there and tinkering and getting stuff done. So yeah, one of the things that I am challenging myself to is to only use recycled or discarded hardware. I have already found some of the old netbooks that I have lying around. I've got an old PC lying around. I have an old, netbook lying around with an Atom processor, an old desktop, two old desktops, and a 19-inch TFT display. So I'm kind of rubbling it all up there and making it into my laboratory, hooking it to the Wi-Fi of my house to the guest Wi-Fi, so I don't meddle with my internal network. I'm kind of looking forward to doing some projects there, and even if I can record some podcasts or do some video blogs like this. What I wanted to have your feedback about is what kind of projects do you have in mind? What could I do up there that would be interesting? I've already installed a Zorin Linux on a machine, so I have a Linux desktop to work with, and I was thinking of using Volumio or another audio player and install that on one of the Raspberry Pis or on the EEE-PC, so I can play some music or things like that. So I am kind of curious as to what projects that would be interesting to do. On the other end, on the discarded hardware part, I'm also looking to hit some thrift store to see if I can find an old amplifier, an old television set to hook up my Commodore 64, or perhaps an old game console like a NES or something, and use kind of run down discarded old zombie hardware and turn it into my little game room. So I'll see if I can find the time this week to take you guys up there and do a little bit of a tour of what I've already installed, and see if I can get your feedback on that. All right. So that was the video blog for today. Not a lot to talk about, but it's been a nice weekend. So yeah, see you guys around. Bye.